Hey guys, it's Matt with Susquehanna Automotive. In today's video, we're going to be comparing two compact utility vehicles that we get a lot of questions on here at the dealership. Now behind me, I have the Jeep Renegade and the brand new, all new redesigned Jeep Compass. Now these are very similar in a lot of ways, including horsepower, the fuel economy, and just overall performance, but in a lot of ways they are different. In today's video, we're going to talk about the outside and the inside, go over a few specifications, and hopefully make this choice a little bit easier for you. Now first up the bat, we do have the brand new 2022 Jeep Renegade. This one in particular is in the Latitude trim, and it is four-wheel drive. Now what's neat about the Renegade is they did include some of the heritage of the Wrangler and the Jeep brand by giving you a 7-slot front grille, including headlights that are very reminiscent of the brand new Jeep JL and Jeep Gladiator. Now with the 7-slot grille, you know that this thing does have 4x4 capabilities. However, you can option it with only front-wheel drive if you live in a climate where you're not really going to see a lot of mud, a lot of snow, or even a lot of kind of road hazards where you're going to need to lock this in. Now this one does start off at just over $24,000 MSRP, and that is for a base sport with the front wheel drive. The cool thing about the Renegade is that with this package, you get a lot more off-road capability when you add on the 4x4, and you can actually select the certain types of terrains you're in to really dial it in and lock it in for you. Another nice thing is under the hood of this, you do have a 1.3 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder capable of making 177 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque at a very low 1750 RPM. Now, I know that's a lot of technical data. What this means is this has more power right off the gate, and if you're driving in the city a lot with this vehicle, you're going to be able to easily weave through traffic and not have any issue with this vehicle. It does give an impressive 24 miles per gallon city with 32 on the highway, so I gotta say I'm very pleased with that, especially for a vehicle that is capable when you take it out on the trail. Now with this one, on the exterior, it is a different look. This is more of a, I would say, boxy look, so this is the Jeep heritage for you. It definitely does have a unique look, and if you're looking for something that doesn't really blend in the same way as a compact utility vehicle does, the exterior of this is definitely going to do that for you. Up next on the comparison, the 2022 Jeep Compass. This one is completely redesigned for this model year, and I gotta say it was a much needed refresh. Nothing wrong with the past model Compasses. I would say the refresh up front and in the interior really did make it just back into the modern world. This one does come standard on all models, including the Sport with the LED headlight. You still do get the 7-slot grille. It's a little bit more subdued, and I would say blends more into the front fascia with that new modern appearance of the Compass. Now with this one, the engine option underneath the hood is a naturally aspirated 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. That's capable also of making 177 horsepower, but you do lose about 40 pound-feet of torque, and this one only makes 172 pound-feet of torque. Without a turbocharger underneath there, you make a little bit less power. However, you do have a bigger displacement engine, which make it a little bit easier and a little bit lower number when hitting that max horsepower range. This one also is backed up to a 9-speed automatic transmission with standard front-wheel drive and available 4-wheel drive on this vehicle. I will tell you that I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Compass. I almost think it looks like a mini Grand Cherokee or a mini Grand Cherokee L. It definitely keeps those lines. And then on the inside, when we check that out, you can see a lot of those brand new features incorporated into there. And I will say, as far as aesthetics on the outside, this one's going to blend in a little bit better and be more of that modern compact utility vehicle that you're looking for. Now onto the interior of the Renegade. This has not changed much since it was introduced, and I will say that the interior looks just a little bit outdated compared to the Compass. If you're looking at this vehicle purely for the outside looks as well as the off-road capability though, the interior is very much updated. Now standard on these, you're going to have the 8.4-inch Uconnect 4C, so this isn't the latest generation Uconnect. However, it still comes in the 22 and 23 Wranglers and Gladiators, and it is a very well-built radio with CarPlay and everything like that adapted into it. Now the cool thing also about the Renegade is that since the body height is a lot bigger than the Compass, you get a lot more headroom if you're taller, as well as the floor pans seem to just sit a little bit lower than the Compass does. Now, like I said before, this interior hasn't been changed too much since its introduction, but it's a very different feel. It's a lot more boxy than the Compass. You can see just by the curve of the front windshield, it is a lot more straight and a lot boxier in this vehicle. It still seats 5 and has plenty of legroom up front here. However, I would say the big comparison when you go to the modernized interior of the Compass, this one will make it look a little outdated. However, the price point comes down a little bit lower, and it's still great technology in here, so nothing to worry about. But overall, I'm happy with it. I'm very familiar with this radio, and I know that it works extremely well. You can see down here, we do have our automatic shifter. We can still go into manual mode onto the left, as well as we have some 4-wheel drive mode and a 4-wheel drive lock button there too. Electric e-brake, auto stop start off, and traction control. A very, very nice compact utility vehicle, and it feels pretty comfortable for me to just sit in here. Now, like I was just mentioning before, we are sitting in the brand new 2022 redesigned Compass, and although this is a Latitude model, so it's not completely loaded up on the inside, you can just first off notice the biggest differences on the interior. They've included this heather gray throughout the entire dash, and they've also updated this to wireless CarPlay, and the brand new Uconnect 5 system comes standard with it. Now in this one, we do just have the 8.4-inch Uconnect 5, but if you upgrade to a limited or a red edition, it also takes up the entire thing with a 10.1-inch Uconnect 5 system, which is all wireless and the completely updated version of FCA's complete software system up here. The other cool thing is that on this one, you do have a center digital stack, but on the other models like the limited and the red editions, you do have a full digital cluster on this as well. The cool thing about this, like I said, it does reminisce me of the Grand Cherokee, the Wagoneer style, because the steering wheel is all updated. It does have the same sort of style buttons on the center here with the gloss black behind there. So if you guys are looking for a more updated interior, this is the one to go with, even with the price point being a little bit higher. The one thing, like I said though, I don't have as much headroom in here as I did the Renegade. You can definitely see that right off the bat, as well as these floor heights are raised higher. That's due to the body being shorter on the Compass compared to the Renegade. So if you guys are taller people and looking to carry around maybe taller people in there as well, the Compass probably be a little bit more of a struggle to be comfortable on those long rides. I gotta say though, I'm very impressed by the interior of this one, and I hope that they translate a lot of this into the rest of the lineup, including the Jeep and the Gladiator. So one of the biggest questions that folks have when they come in and looking at both of these, the Renegade does have a lot more rear trunk area due to the body height of the vehicle. Now we do have a little cargo area, and underneath there's even more storage with a removable top platform. You can store a good amount, and it's a lot more vertical height than it is length. You can easily fold down both of the rear partition seats, and it is a 60-40 split with it laying, dare I say, pretty flat on here, so you could fit a decent amount back here with both of those folded down. With that being said, we're going to compare this. Let's go take a look at the Compass. Now on the back end of the Compass, that height difference of the body is very noticeable. You can see this is lower from the base of this to the roof of the Compass as far as putting vertical items. Now this does come up a little bit. Underneath here, it would typically be a spare tire, but we just have the inflator. That's what comes with these standard now. If you would pull that out, you'd actually have a decent amount of cargo space down below as well. However, you just can see the height difference on there is a little bit less. They are a little bit deeper on the Compass, so you can fit a little bit of a longer item on here. However, just the height's gonna get you a little bit. We'll fold down the seat and let you see how that looks as well. Now, as you can see, I do have both of the seats folded down. You have a decent amount of room back here, and it is pretty vertical. I would say it doesn't get as low as the Renegade when it comes to the seats folding down all the way flush, but you can still fit a decent item in the back of the Compass. Well, that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope that this comparison helped you make the decision on both of these a little bit easier when it comes to the 22 Renegade and the 22 Jeep Compass behind me. Now, obviously, we are a Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealership here, and if you'd like to order any of these vehicles, you can easily reach out in the description below and we get one of these placed for you. Now, these are both great vehicles, so if you're in the market for either of them, they still have the Jeep nameplate, and they're a compact utility vehicle that's going to get great mileage and still be able to get you out a little bit further than a regular vehicle. Until next time, I'm Matt from Susquehanna Automotive. I'll catch you on the next one.